Kumusta for me? This is Vor Joseph, and welcome to News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition number 6. The summarization of the news starts from the headlines for the 2nd to 8th of July 2023. This episode also kind of marks the start of the News I Deem Worthy recap for the month of July 2023. Maganda na for the blazing selective summation. These are the news headlines for Sunday, 2nd of July 2023. DOT promotional video, epic fail, and India backs PH in UN ruling. And PNR halts route. DOT promotional video, epic fail. The Department of Tourism's promotional video, or actually just the audio-video presentation, has been exposed as using stock videos of other countries to feature what represents is the touristy parts attractive to foreigners in the Philippines. The audio-visual presentation was sourced from DDB, or the Doyle Dane Bernac Group Philippines, a multinational marketing advertisement agency which used stock footage from Starbucks, the sponsor of today's video. Cut. We are not sponsored. Anywho, they said no public funds was used in the making of the mood video, and it was standard to use stock videos to quote excite internal stakeholders. According to the Department of Tourism, the promotional video was assured a million times that all of the footages used are authentic and original. The DOT has thrown DDB out and had cut ties with the agency. According to the Department of Tourism, in all these occasions, DDB, or the Doyle Dane Bernac Group Philippines, repeatedly assured the DOT that the originality and ownership of all materials are in order, authentic, and original. According to the DOT secretary, the rebranding campaign costed around 49 million pesos, though, as they said, no public fund was used in the making of the mood video. The stock footages used are as follows. The supposedly rice terraces of Cordillera was actually shot in Bali, Indonesia. The video of an airport runway used was from Zurich, Switzerland, a fisherman throwing a net from Thailand, the dolphins jumping from an unknown location, and the video of a person driving through sand dunes inside a buggy was, for no surprise, not shot in the Philippines, but was actually shot in the, again, no surprise, the UAE. India backs PH in UN ruling. India has supported the Philippines and urged the People's Republic of China to adhere to the 2016 arbitration ruling regarding the dispute in the West Philippine Sea and the islands is cited. China has been adamant in denying the 2016 arbitration ruling that favored the Philippines. This is a good news for us considering India is a big player, a rival, and a convenient ally to the PRC in the Indo-Pacific region, and strengthening the rule of law will benefit both India and the Philippines. And so, India, we love you. Don't mind what I said in Reddit. That's just don't even look it up. I wasn't generalizing per se. I only said people will in general. The joint statement of India and the Philippines underlined the importance of discussions on regional and international issues of mutual concern on the 5th India-Philippines Joint Commission on Bilateral Cooperation congregated in Delhi. PNR halts route. PNR has announced halting off route from Santa Rosa to Calamba, Laguna to give way for the construction of the North-South Commuter Railway, which may put more pressure to the already crumbling and barely surviving transportation infrastructure in the Greater Manila area. PNR also announced further closure from stations Alabang to Binyan in July 16, and Tutuban to Alabang will be most likely be closed for next year. Commuters will have to find some alternative ways to the railway. The Department of Transportation, LTFRB, has opened routes to support the lost mobility of the commuters by putting more jeeps in the road. These are the news headlines for Monday, 3rd of July, 2023. Groundbreaking in PNR and DHSUD to give 100,000 houses in 2024. Groundbreaking in PNR. Groundbreaking has started as the construction of the PNR's North-South Commuter Railway, which aims to cut travel time in half, enabling rides from Clark, Pampanga to Clark, Laguna. PNR aims to finish the project in about 5 years, though that's a bit optimistic. DHSUD to give 100,000 houses in 2024. According to the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, they are on track to give 100,000 housing units in 2024. This is great news for the country with the densest cities in the world, relocate those belonging in slums or squatter areas. We've also got to develop areas where they will be relocated, lest we run the risk of them renting off property or outright sell them and go back to the cities where opportunities are more likely to be found. We need to develop the surroundings of our megacities lest we cycle through it again. The Philippines has 4 cities in the top 5, 6 in top 8, and 18 in the top 77 according to 2022 records. These are the news headlines for Tuesday, 4th of July, 2023. Happy Independence Day and happy Filipino-American friendship. And also, happy Dagohoy Revolution Day. Start of El Nino season and Venezuela LGU bans POGO hubs. Start of El Nino season. According to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Service Administration or PAGASA, the El Nino has started. El Nino is the heating of the sea, which in turn leaves no room for low-pressure areas and typhoons or rain to fall, resulting in massive drought region-wide. Many provinces in the Philippines has already experienced a dry condition where the rate of rain pouring is less than average for 2 consecutive months, and dry spell to those provinces that has less than average rain for 3 consecutive months. Venezuela bans POGO hubs. The city of Valenzuela has banned Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGO hubs in their borders. Valenzuela City was the second to ban POGO hubs in the NCR along with Soto's Pasig City. These are the news headlines for Wednesday, 5th of July, 2023. PSA, inflation drops to 5.4% in June. Marcos, investigate agri-cartels. And SC trashes tripartite agreement in the WPS or West Philippine Sea. PSA, inflation drops to 5.4% in June. According to the Philippine Statistics Authority, inflation has continued to both dip down to 5.4%, 0.7% less than of May 2023's inflation rate. Marcos, investigate agri-cartels. PBBM has ordered the NBI and DOJ to investigate alleged cartels allegedly behind smuggling and hoarding of agricultural products that lead to high prices of basic and agricultural goods that plagued his first year of his administration. He should probably also investigate the Department of Agriculture Secretary due to apparent absenteeism, going to international flights for so long and for so many times that Jeopardy even made a nickname for him titled like Ferdinand Magellan Jr. or something. I don't know. Who could that be? Cartels are implicated in the findings of a Congress committee implicating onion cartel as the reason for soaring high prices. On other news, PBBM will not step down as the Department of Agriculture Secretary. On the other news, PBBM will not step down as the Department of Agriculture Secretary until, according to him, he would like to see to it that such structural changes will be made in a ceremony as he receives tons and tons of agricultural products from China. Basically, he's saying, I don't see people good enough for this job, while also receiving things because he's not good at his job. SC trashes tripartite agreement in the West Philippine Sea. The Supreme Court of the Philippines has junked motion for reconsideration after junking tripartite agreement of gas exploration in parts of the West Philippine Sea and South China Sea unless the president himself agreed to the agreement. The original decision was made in January 10, 2023 between companies from China, Vietnam, and the Philippines for exploration. There will also be drillings to be made in the Manampaya vicinity to find natural gases in hopes of extending the lifespan of the natural gas plant. According to the DOE, the present best estimate for Manampaya's vicinity is about an additional 210 billion cubic feet of gas. These the news headlines for Thursday, 6th of July, 2023. Water supply in danger amid El Nino, earthquake jolts Zambales, Department of Tourism bus launch in Manila, and Muntinlupa judge inhibits on the Lima's case. Water supply in danger amid El Nino. A recent climate research findings by the University of Maine has found out that the Earth had the hottest day on record with a global average of around 17 degrees Celsius or 63 degrees Fahrenheit for my freedom-loving viewers. There came murmurs and worries about water level as it dips below average while also being in the midst of a worsening El Nino and less than expected number of typhoons to visit the country. The National Water Resources Board or NWRB assessed a possibility of decreasing Manila Waterworks and Sewage System, formerly NAWASA, to 48 cubic meters per second and the National Irrigation Administration from 28 8 to 20 cubic meters per second. This is again another decrease from the consumer-based Maynilad and Manila waters, down 2 cubic meters per second since the start of July. Earthquake jolts Zambales. A 4.9 magnitude earthquake was reported in Palawig, Zambales around 3 p.m., fell through Pampanga and as far as Quezon City and Manila. Department of Tourism bus launch in Manila. The Department of Tourism launched hop-on, hop-off tourist bus tour in Manila, touring the Ermita, Binondo, and many more places of Manila. Price of a DIY tour's cost ranging from 1-day pass of 990 pesos, 2-day pass of 1,799 pesos, and 3-day pass of 2,500 pesos or 2,499. This includes tour guides and admission tickets. Manila follows Makati on the hop-on, hop-off tourist bus escapade of the Department of Tourism's excitement ride. Muntinlupa judge inhibits on Leila de Lima's case. Add this to the saga of Leila de Lima's journey to justice and freedom. The Muntinlupa RTC judge Alcantara has inhibited himself from the case. The second judge to do so after the former Muntinlupa RTC judge holding the case also inhibited himself over perceived conflict of interest implicated by de Lima's camps over kingship with alleged forced executor of affidavit against de Lima, the prime accusator. Now the other side has got their way after the judge inhibits himself over worries of the prosecution that the recent dismissal of the 2 drug charges, which was also presided by the same judge, affect judge's decision based on hindsight. These are the news headlines for Friday, 7th of July, 2023. PSA, May unemployment decrease. PBBM signs Agrarian reform and SRA imports, NFA not enough, and DPWH delays. PSA, May unemployment decrease. According to a recent statistic by the Philippine Statistics Authority, unemployment went down after a 89,000 or a 0.2% increase in labor participation and 760,000 or 1.7% increase since May 2022. Yet wages barely changed even after the 40 pesos minimum wage hike, showing our overworked and underpaid population less appreciation for the proletariat of our nation, not to mention underemployment and job scale mismatch. Underemployed people in May also decreased from 12.9% last April 2023 and 14.5% last May 2022 to 11.7%, down 1 million since last year and 543,000 since last April. According to PSA's Facebook page, the unemployment rate went down to 4.3% or 2.17 million unemployed Filipinos over the age of 50, the second lowest since April 2005. PBBM signs Agrarian Reform Act. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has signed the RA 11953 or the new Agrarian Emancipation Act, resolving debts and interest incurred of around 600,000 farmers. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has signed the RA 11953 or the new Agrarian Emancipation Act, resolving debts and interest incurred of around 600,000 farmers of the Agrarian Reform Program, covering around 57.56 billion pesos for 1.173 million hectares of land. 32,000 titles for 27,000 farmers has been awarded lands after the passing of debt reservation for ARBs. The Agrarian Reform beneficiaries or ARBs are those farmers awarded land, an overall good thing. Thanks BBM, SRA imports, NFA not enough, and DPWH delays. The Sugar Regulatory Board has started importing 150,000 metric tons of sugar, this time with a permit so no economic agricultural sabotage can be levied. NFA, however, was slapped on the wrist or commission an audit over not resolving buffer stock shortage for rice even with 7 billion pesos worth of subsidies by the government. GOA also flagged the Department of Public Works and Highways over 96.2 billion pesos over 2,395 worth of locally funded projects. They are delayed and unfinished. 60 billion pesos are those delayed from expected time, 27 billions from suspended projects, and 5 billion pesos for terminated projects, and around 3 billion pesos have not been started as of the end of 2022. These are the news headlines for Saturday, 8th of July, 2023. Angat Dam slips minimum water level. Angat Dam slips minimum water level. As the Angat Dam's water slips out to less than 180 meters, the NWRB has followed suit with the coming reduction of MWSS or Nawasa's water supply from 50 to 48 cubic meters per second, along with the National Irrigation Administration from 28 to 20 cubic meters per second. The cuts will also be affecting 590,000 customers of Manila for 9 hours at times. And that's the end of the News I Deem Worthy Recap Weekly Edition from July 2nd to July 8, 2023. Mag-suggest some more topics and or corrections to the balitas if you feel I misrepresented them in any way, shape, or form. Salamat sa mga panonood, mga kabayang of Army. Like, subscribe, and follow my links in socials on the board. Show set that will be linked down below. Sa susunod nili, paala.